Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be doing some Draconic Fusion and crafting and upgrading our pick and sword. Hopefully you guys are ready. Alright guys, so I have something kind of special for you guys. We're going to be working with Draconic Evolution this episode, so we're going to be upgrading some of our gear. And hopefully we can upgrade things like my pick and such, and we're going to try and do that. First we got to upgrade our actual tools and stuff. So, if we take a look at Draconic Evolution, the things we're going to be making today is going to be the basic fusion crafting injector, and we're going to have to make several of those, and we're going to have to upgrade them. So that's where it's going to take some time, is the upgrade process for those. We're also going to need a fusion crafting core, so that's also going to be something that we're going to need. I do recommend making 9 of these basic fusion crafting injectors, simply because you're going to need one to replace it each time you go to upgrade one. So that's going to be the best thing to do. So these draconic cores and such, I do have them automated. So if we take a look in here, we can actually craft these guys. So whenever we take a look at this, we see that each one of these is going to require a draconic core, and it's going to require iron and stuff. We have the diamond and iron. That's not the issue, it's just crafting these. I don't want to craft them over and over again. So I know I'm going to need 9 of these, for sure. And then I'm also going to need, what is it, one for this as well. So yeah, we're going to need 10 of the draconic cores in total, just to get started today. So let's go ahead and get 10 of those crafted. I do have everything for that, and look how fast that goes. So that's pretty fast. I also wanted to show you, I made it downstairs, and this is where we're going to work on our draconic stuff. I do want to make sure that I am facing this direction, because I want to have my stuff kind of in this direction, so it's closer to my ME stuff. But yeah, I went ahead and made a room down here. It is pretty cool. So, this is going to be my Draconic Evolution room. It is a little weird. And I thought that this actually looked a lot like dragon scales, so that's why I kind of chose that texture. And it also reflects light really cool. I love the way that the light actually changes the color of the texture. And these are from X-Tones. So this is actually a really cool mod. If we take a look at that, I do want to kind of go over what that is, because I don't really see many people using this mod, but I'll kind of talk a little bit about what it does. So if you make an item from X-Tones, which it normally won't look like this, but I can actually get to the default one. This is just changing all the colors. So I think this is the default one, yes. So here's like one of the basic ones that you get. So if you hold shift and you scroll wheel, you see you can change the colors. You can change the textures, and then with chisel, you can use it to actually select any of the different types. As you can see, we have a skull looking one. This is the dragon. The Zest is like the dragon scale looking one, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we have all of these different textures, and they're really cool. Some of these are awesome looking. Like this texture that I'm about to show you is really cool. So if we take a look at this, look at that. I mean, that's a cool texture, and you can kind of mix and match it with different things. And I mean, you can get some really cool effects. So if you like building, I highly recommend you trying this out, because it's definitely going to be worth your time. You can get things looking like this. Like, I love the way the light reflects off of them. That's something I have to say. Even the bottom floor here is a part of that mod. Same with these pillars, all of that. This is like an X-Tones room. I just wanted to try out another mod, and I try to do my best to make it look as good as possible. But of course, that is up to everyone else's opinion. So not mine. But yeah, there's different types and everything. There's even these lamps that this mod provides, and if you give it a redstone signal on the block behind it, it'll actually light up, and it's just like any other type of lamp. I don't think that you can change the way this looks, though. No, you can't. Yeah, it's just a default, just a lamp. So that's its kind of look, though. All right, so let's get into the Draconic that we were talking about. I did want to make sure that I was facing the right direction, like I said, right here. We're going to build it in this area. But the reason is because right behind it is all of our automation stuff, and we can just pipe pipes in and cover them up, and it would actually look pretty nice. So these actually don't have connected textures. So you don't have to worry about like if you make a facade with them, you don't have to worry about them breaking texture because they're going to look the same no matter what. Which that is another reason why I really like these. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. If I can spell Draconic right, there we go. So we have the Fusion Crafting Core. That is going to be the main thing we are going to need. And then, like I said, we're going to need the rest of these. 9 of these fusion injectors. And like I said, there's a reason for 9. Normally, you don't see very many of these being used. So you can see, you only see 8 normally. But we're going to need 9. Just trust me. All right, so I like to set these up a little bit different than how I've seen many other people do them. So if I set a block here, I can go ahead and get that there, right in the center, which is kind of where I like to place it. And then back here is where I will like to place these guys. And I'm going to place them in this order. Just like this. On the bottom. And I'll show you why here in a minute, but this is definitely a good way to do it. Alright, so I'm going to also need 9 points, and I hope I have enough for those. I'm going to need a point for each one. Alright, so we can make 10 points, which is perfect. So each one of these is going to get a point. Honestly, we don't need a point on this one. I'm just going to throw one in here just in case. And we're going to set our network, all of them to main power. And it should power these guys, hopefully. Hopefully this does power them. And this is just going to make things a lot faster when we go to start crafting. If this doesn't work, then we could use XNet. And I think XNet might work. I did want to try XNet on this, so if this, like I said, if this does not work, we'll definitely try something else. I am going to need to set this to false, so that way it can draw the max amount of power. Get rid of that. There we go. Set all these to ignore limit to true. That way we can draw the max amount of power. Bam. All right. So let's get to upgrading these guys. So, what we're going to need for those, let's take a look here. Because there's not that much you can do with the basic tier other than upgrade them to the Wyvern Fusion. That's about it. And as you can see, it does require a lot of RF per operation. But in my opinion, right now, this is not a lot of RF. Since we have, 1.6 billion stored right now. So as you can see, we are going to need a block of Draconium. We're going to need 2 Draconium cores and a Wyvern core plus 4 diamonds per operation. So the Wyvern cores, of course, require Draconic cores. So I do know we are going to need at least 8 of these because as you can see, when we get farther along, it does require a few things. So like if we take a look at what it takes to make, let's see, is there anything that really requires, there we go. So these things, this requires like 8 crafting, but you don't ever see one that requires 9. So, I mean, as far as I know, I could be wrong if I take a look further on and I might realize I need another one. But for right now, we only need 8 of them. So I'm going to need 8 of these cores, and then I'm going to need 16 of the Draconic cores, but I'm going to craft them separately. And I hope I have enough in total, so we're going to try this. We're going to need 8 of these. And I hope that we end up with enough. And like I said, I'm going to need 16 of those. We should. We do have a bunch of Draconium dust still waiting around as well. So let's go ahead and get 16. And we do have enough blocks, so I'm not worried there. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out and get them in my inventory. And then we are going to need 8 blocks. And then our diamonds, we are going to need, 4 times 4? We need 16 diamonds in total. No. 32 diamonds. 32 diamonds is what we're going to need. There we go. So this is what you're going to need to upgrade these machines. Plus, you're going to need one of these guys. So let me just go ahead and break that for now. All right, so you place it inside. Or actually, this is not going to go here. This is going to go in here. So what you can do is you can throw this in here. I'm going to wait till after we get all of this in here. And what I like to do is kind of clear my inventory, clear my main space here, because we're going to need all of this to kind of set this up. As you can see, you almost need your entire inventory to set this up. So let's go ahead and place this here, this here. There we go. And our diamonds. Just like that. All right, and then this should be ready for crafting as soon as we place this in here. And it is. So it's ready to be crafted. All we have to do is hit start. And bam, it is charging. So these are working. And as you can see, it does its crafting recipe, and it gets that power real fast with these points on here. And bam, we are getting our crafting recipe started. How cool is that? Look at those bad boys go. And this is one of my favorite crafting animations by far. I really love this mod. And it does give you some incredibly overpowered stuff. So we're going to continue to watch this. Look at that. And bam, we have our first Wyvern Fusion crafting injector. And I can go ahead and toss that guy down here. Just for, just for now. Alright, so I have to do that for all of them. So I'm going to do the exact same process over and over again. And I'll be right back once I get that done. Alright, so bam, I got all of them done. All I ended up doing was gathering the materials. If I can talk, I'm sitting here stuttering. If I can talk, I ended up making one more. So I just went ahead and converted all 9 of them because I know eventually I'm going to need to upgrade these to the Awakened version. So I need 9 because I need to have one basically to carry over just the same. So yeah, now we have all of them set up. So what we can do is hopefully upgrade this pick. So this is going to be kind of interesting. I could do the sword as well. The sword is something special all in itself. This is a pretty powerful sword and can kill the dragon pretty fast. So that is something that I also want to look towards making. But before we do any of that, as you can see, we need some awakened draconium ingots. So, as you know, after you kill the dragon, whenever you have Draconic Evolution installed, you end up getting dragon hearts. So I'll show you how many times I've killed the dragon. 5 times. I have 5 dragon hearts. So that is all you need. You need the dragon heart. I'll show you. Here's the recipe. What it actually does, or what you actually need to get this infusion going. So you're going to need, 6 draconic core, 4 draconium blocks, and a dragon heart. So just keep that in mind. You are going to need a little bit, but all we need is, I think, one of these processes done, and then we can actually get that pick. As you can see, it requires 350 million RF to complete this process. So it does take a little bit of time. Even with these, it does take a little bit of time. Not that long, but it does take a little bit of time to build up that energy. If you use any other power source, so if you're still stuck on leadstone, I'm sorry, this is going to take you forever if you don't have these flux points. These guys are definitely lifesavers for this. The only other thing I could see using would be the high upgraded tier of the RF Tools power cell. That would be the only other thing I could see that would actually go pretty fast, but this is going to be way faster than all of that, going at its max speed. So it's going to drain as fast as this allows power to go into it, which is kind of crazy. All right, or you could use Draconic's own power management system. I mean, that is something you could do. All right, so let's go ahead and get this stuff pulled out of here. So, like I said, we are going to need 6 of these guys. And we're also going to need 4 blocks. There we go. There's 4. And then we're going to need a dragon heart. So that's pretty much it. And of course, this has to be spanned out all across here with 1 dragon heart. And you can put it in here. It doesn't really matter what order you put it in, just as long as all of these items are here. And bam, you throw this in here. As you can see, it's going to say it's ready. When I hit start, you can see how fast it's actually charging. That's only because these points are here. If it wasn't for those points, this process would take you close to half an hour, depending on how power or how much RF your actual conduits and stuff transfer power, which would be ridiculous. So there's our Awakened Draconia block. So there we go. Perfect. So that wasn't that bad at all. All right, so let's go ahead and see about getting this pick. So we're going to need a Awakened Core. So let's go ahead and actually get some auto crafting set up now that we have these blocks. And I'm actually going to convert this into ingots. And we're going to use those over here. But first, I need to grab some patterns. And this is where this block, the pattern encoder, really comes in handy. So let's get back into Draconic. So I'm going to need this, not this core, but I'm going to need this guy, automated. And I have all of these already ready to go. Is it not recognizing these? It may not. I don't know. What does it show it's missing? The Wyvern core? Well, maybe this won't work. Leave it up to me to show that it doesn't work. Let's craft at least one of those. And I'm going to need, what else for this? Four of those, actually. Will it craft if I... No, it just doesn't like that recipe for some reason. I have noticed that some recipes this does not work on. So you just have to keep that in mind. So I guess we could just sit here and make this. It really isn't that much. It's 4 of these. Actually, let's do 3 since we already have one. So there's all 3 of those. And then what else is it to make this core? Everything else we should have. We just need one of these. Alright, and then I'm going to get an auto crafting recipe set up for that. Because believe me, I don't want to be making these over and over again. Oh, let's change this to the regular pattern. There we go. There's a pattern for that. So that makes that a lot easier. And the Awakened Core, we have to actually do that by hand. Which requires 9 million RF all in itself and another star. So just keep that in mind. And let's take another look over here and see what we actually need. Okay, so we need one of these and an Awakened Core. So that's about it. That's all we really need. So let's go ahead and throw this guy, our new pattern, in there. And we should be good to go. Good to craft that Awakened Core. Okay, so Nether Star, we're going to need one of these. That should craft in no time. Alright, we're going to need 2 of those ingots, I think. If I take a look at this again, okay, so we need 6 of those ingots. And we're going to need 4 Wyvern cores. And 6 of these ingots. So there we go. So that's going to make this guy. We also need another star. Not too hard there. Awesome. So let's put the nether star in here. Let's get all of this spanned out. And the Wyvern cores we can wait for here in a minute. Was it actually all of those? Yeah, it was 4 of those, 6 of those. I'm just making sure. Did I make too many? I think I did. No, that's 5. 5 ingot. That's where I'm messing up. I thought it was 6. It's 5. There we go. Is that actually 9? No way. Did I tell you guys wrong earlier? And here I am, being made a fool. So yeah, this is where you will need 9. So good thing we made 9. Because this is the process you're actually going to need that on. Alright, so there's the 9 million RF being stored up in here. And being created, and bam! Already being produced. How cool is that? So yeah, we're fixing to be able to get ourselves a awesome pick. And sword, possibly. We're going to do this again here in a minute. Awesome. So all we need is to get one more ingot. Just like that. And place these guys down. And place our pick in here. Oh, it says pedestal tier 2 low. Wait, what? Oh, I thought we could actually use that. Hold on. I thought that was, oh, you have to have these all upgraded to, oh, at least 4 of them anyways. Here I am, thinking I can get there. But we have to actually upgrade our pedestals to this tier. Right? Am I doing this wrong? Am I thinking wrong? Yeah, it's tier Draconic. Oh boy. Okay, so this ain't going to take me very long, actually. I'm going to do one more process with the hearts, getting this done. And what I'm going to do is actually upgrade 4 of these pedestals to the Wyvern tier. And we should be good to go. Alright, so I have everything set up to upgrade these guys. And this is actually a lot easier. As you can see, I have each one split up so I can get 4 of them. And you can actually place multiple items in the case at once. And the reason I'm doing this is because we only really need 4 of them upgraded. And this is going to allow us to do 2 of them right off the bat. And it's going to make things a lot easier. So if you throw this in here, bam, you can see it's starting, and we can go ahead and go. And it's going to look like these items disappear, but really they're not. They are going to stay here. The first time I did this, it really freaked me out because I had a bunch of really expensive items, and I was like, uh-oh, it took all of them. But it doesn't. It actually gives them back. So you should be good. And this actually doesn't take too long, but it's kind of disappointing. I was actually totally forgot how this works. But as you can see, all your items are back. Bam, there's our first Draconic Fusion Crafting Injector. So we should be good. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the other 4, and I'll be right back. All right, so our last Fusion Injector placed down. That gives us 4. That allows us now to upgrade our pick. Finally. So there we go. There's all of the stuff we need to upgrade our pick, and we just need to make sure they are inside of these specific ones. And then, bam, we can throw a pick in there, and now we can start it. This is actually only 64,000 RF that it requires to upgrade this thing. And I'm hoping that it retains its enchantments. I think it does. Actually, I'm almost positive it does. I think I remember I've done it before. But if not, we're okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like it retained its enchantments, but that's okay. That's okay. I think there might have been... No, there is no upgrades, I don't think, that changed any of that. Here's something that we could make that would actually be very helpful to us. And it actually is pretty cheap. All we need is a Dislocator, some Ender Pearls, a Wyvern Core, and we're actually going to do that here in just a second. Let me go ahead and get all of this stuff ready to go, and I'll show you what this thing does. So we're going to need to make this guy, Eye of Ender, which we've made the Dislocator before. This is a standard Dislocator. We're going to make the advanced Dislocator. So 3 Ender Pearls, a Wyvern Core, and we're going to need 4. So 1 Wyvern Core, and 3 Ender Pearls. So there we go. Let's line those up. 3 Ender Pearls, this, and 4 of those. And this will actually go very fast. Well, I mean, it's going to go as fast as everything else, but let's go ahead and pop this in. This is only a Wyvern tier crafting recipe, so it doesn't really require that much. There we go, and put that in, and we'll get that done. That's going to charge up really fast. But believe me, having this Dislocator is going to be awesome. We are going to need some Ender Pearls, though. That's how its power, that's how it actually works. So I'm going to take a couple Ender Pearls, And we're going to feed that to it here in just a second. So bam. Perfect. Look at that. Alright, so this advanced dislocator is something awesome. We can go ahead and add fuel. If you shift click it, it'll actually put all of the fuel by stack in there. And so now we have 51 fuel. And we can pop up here, and I can say, I want to set this to home. So add new, and we can type home. And select commit. Right? Did I do it wrong? Okay, so it is working. If you hold shift, you can now pull up your menu. But right now, you can see right click to teleport. You can also make other ones. If I lock this one, now this is going to be set home. So if I change this and say, let's say we go down here, and I say Draconic Room, and I create a new one, and I say Draconic Room, and I save this one by hitting enter, I can actually select which one I want it to teleport to. So as of right now, it's set to Draconic Room. If I set it to Draconic Room, like when it's highlighted, it'll actually teleport me to that location. If I shift click and I want to go to home, it's going to teleport me to home when I right click with it. And you can shift click and you can actually right click to teleport while it's in your inventory. But as you can see, it does use one ender pearl per teleportation. And you can teleport all the way across the map if you want to. I mean, in cross dimensions as well. This is a really awesome tool. Alright, let's take a look at what this Draconic pick can actually do. And I actually saved this portion up here just to show you exactly what it can do. So let's take a look at this. So now is when this stuff actually comes in. So we do have AoE safe mode. I do want to turn that on. Well, actually, the snow may actually prevent it from changing. So let's turn that off for now. And the dig AoE, let's set that to a 3x3, right? And now we can mine with a 3x3. But we can actually change this. And I'm pretty sure dig depth, we can set that to 3. So now it's going to do a 3x3, and it's going to go pretty deep with that 3x3. Take a look. Look how deep that goes. So that is pretty cool. I don't know about you guys, but that allows you to clear large patches of land in like no time. So there you go. Look at that. And yeah, this stuff is pretty easy to make. As you can see, bam. If you didn't notice, it does produce these little black spheres of materials, and that's just to prevent lag. But if you go pick them up, it actually does store the item's contents. But man, I wish I had my efficiency on here. Probably should have waited to upgrade this thing. It doesn't matter. This tool is going to be eventually added into another tool that I will talk about here soon. The staff. Take a look at that. This is like the end game of all end game. And that is the Draconic Staff right here. The Staff of Power. This guy has 60 attack damage. Crazy tool there. But yeah, we'll definitely be making that guy eventually. So it does require, I think, the shovel, the pick, and the sword to be able to make this thing. What is he shoot? What are they shooting at? Do you see that? He doesn't even know what he's doing. How many hearts of damage? Okay, so this does a lot of damage, actually. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get this landmass cleared out, because it was kind of bothering me, and I was like, man, I should just wait until I get this pick. It's going to make clearing it out a lot faster. And it definitely does. This pick is an incredible pick, and it runs off of power, so you don't have to worry about it. Bam! So that didn't take very long at all. And of course, we can teleport back. Just like that. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, so I come back down here and I went ahead and got all the things I need to upgrade my sword. And we're gonna go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get my sword upgraded. And bam, it's the same as the other, the pick. Bam, exactly like that. And bam, we can get that thing going. And while it's actually doing its thing, let's go ahead and pop over here. Let's make 4 crystals. Because we're going to fight the Ender Dragon again. I just want to see how powerful this sword actually is. And that's without any enchantments on it. Now, I can upgrade the attack damage apparently on it. So the attack radius, I guess it has a radius, I don't know. I don't exactly know what the actual attack damage is. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I do know there are attack upgrades. Check right here. Upgrades, that's for AoE attack. I don't really want like an area effect attack. I want the actual attack damage. So I'm not sure. I guess this shows what you can, how you can actually add the upgrade. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to see how it is nearly by default. I might check back here. I have been getting some enchantments working over here. First, let's try this. So it does one-shot kill mobs. That's a plus. So we have efficiency. I don't know about knockback. I don't really want knockback. I do want sharpness. There's another sharpness. Reaper, I would like to have again. There's smite and knockback 2. That's smite 5. So that's actually pretty good. And looting. Let's see if we can add all of those to the sword. Okay, so we can't add sharpness. But we have smite, so that's okay. I didn't see Reaper in here. Oh, there's Reaper. Right there. I don't know what's with it. Will that work with this sword? It will. Okay, so now we have Reaper. Bam. So Reaper actually can give you souls, which is something that you could, I guess, use later on, but they're kind of rare drops. So let's go ahead and hop on into the end. Spawn a dragon, of course, and test this out. So this is going to be pretty cool. I am going to set a teleportation guy over here, simply because so I can just pop on over here. As you can see, I don't like that people was digging a hole down to place their thing, and it just kept spawning there. I don't know why they were doing that, but they definitely were. So let's go ahead and create a new place, and we'll do the end. And we'll have that there. Perfect. So when we ever need to come back, we can just do that. So we go ahead and respawn the Ender Dragon. And we're just going to see how quickly we can kill this guy. So of course we got to let it do its thing, kind of rebuild everything. And you know what? I totally forgot arrows. But that's fine. We can break it all with this. And it really doesn't do that much damage. I wonder. I forgot I had my pick is actually turned way up on the dig AoE. You can actually set profiles if that's your thing. Let's go ahead and break all these. Our armor does a pretty good job of withstanding the blast of all of these crystals, so it's not that big of a deal. There we go. And once this is all done, I'll just see how fast... Oh, I guess he took damage from that. Yep. That didn't feel good. Okay. So come on, guy. Come down here. Let me give you a little piece of this new sword I got. Ow. Alright, so let's see what this actually does. Well, that's pretty good, actually. I think we can kill him in possibly 3 touchdowns. And, I mean, that doesn't take very long at all. The bad part is I can't get very close to him, simply because my entropy level is at 50%, and my shields won't regenerate it once I hit 0. So, that would be a no good. Yeah, come on. Land. Come land. Come on. I know you want to land. But yeah, it does look like we're doing pretty good with this. He does want to bother me, but oh well. Should pretty much take out Enderman really fast. Yeah, does a really good job. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish defeating him, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please remember to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching.